Hey crew, welcome back to another episode of the Skipper Report. In this episode, I sit down and talk with a young man who races on the USTSA and races for Northeastern University also, Jed Kennerson. Thanks to Stefan Bagnato for suggesting me sitting down and talking with Jed. We get his life story about starting skiing before he could actually walk, and getting on the telemark skiing early, and then unfortunately sustaining a life-threatening spinal cord injury and brain injury, and working his way back to race on World Cup level telemark skiing. So very inspirational story. So grab yourself a beverage, chill out, and enjoy this episode of the Skipper Report. Hello, Jed.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going well. It's been very busy this week with those little guys.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah, so welcome to the Skippy Report.
Thank you.
And are you on res, or are you in a private, like an apartment or something like that?
Yeah, I'm off campus in an apartment of 5.
Oh, that's cool. So tell the listeners who you are and where you are at.
My name is Jed Kennerson. I ski for the US Telemark ski team, and as well as the Northeastern ski team, and I'm currently studying here at Northeastern.
Very
in
cool.
Boston.
Oh, that's excellent. And where do you hail from?
Sugar Hill, New Hampshire.
Oh, no way.
Right next to Cannon Mountain. Yep.
Oh, so you're like Corey Schneider's neighbor.
Yeah, actually, that's we'll get into that, I'm sure.
That's awesome, because we were talking through Instagram, and you said you're in the East, and I was like, I can't remember if you said you were in New Hampshire or if I thought you were in New Hampshire, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to drop Corey's name.
Yep.
Yeah, so cool. So tell the listeners your backstory, how you got in skiing, where you skied, and how you progressed into telemark skiing.
Yeah, born and raised Cannon. That's where I started. Well, I guess I started in my driveway, actually, before I turned 1, even. Couldn't walk yet, but the boots would hold up my ankles, because that's the weak part in babies, apparently.
I have a picture of my granddaughter in my daughter's bunker gear. So she's got her pants and in her boots, and it's like right up to her crotch, holding her up, because I don't think she was walking at the time.
Yeah, so my parents would, slide me down the driveway on the H-bar.
Yep.
And then started learning at Cannon and Telemark pretty much as soon as they could get equipment that fit.
No way.
Yeah, so I want to say 6 or maybe 7.
Wow.
Pretty young. Young. I could be off on that, but
nah, I'll take your word for it. Now I'm gonna hypothesize one or both of your parents were telemark skiers.
Yep, you're right, both.
All right. Now, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out if we have met at some of the events when we were down in the U.S. You would have been pretty young, because are you 18 now?
I'm 21 now.
Oh, 21.
So not that
okay.
Young.
So you would have been like maybe...
I appreciate it. Thank you.
I always say I'm a bad judge of age, man.
Yeah, fair. I think you were at Crotched Nationals at one point, right? So I may have been there.
And the World Cup races. I don't know if you were racing then, that sort of stuff.
I've been to 2 World Cups only, so.
Now, have you been overseas?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
I went to Junior Worlds in spring 2023.
Right.
And just went over to Italy this year.
Very cool.
The December Pinzolo race.
Oh, that's excellent. And for the listeners, if you hear a bunch of background noise, that's probably Jed's roommates. It's not my grandchildren.
I can shut the door real quick if you want.
Nah, I don't care. Whatever you want to do, man.
Yeah, let me actually grab that real quick. Sorry. Gives me an excuse to plug in my computer as well.
Right. Now, are you in? Is that your room that you're in there right now?
Yes. Luckily, single bedroom.
Oh, that's nice. Do you play basketball? I see a jersey up there.
That's actually a Pinzolo bib.
Oh, no way. That's cool.
Yeah, it's from the 23-24 season.
Oh, cool.
My teammates were over there, at a race, and they all signed a bib.
That's excellent.
As like a get well soon thing, because that was when I was in the hospital.
Oh, right, yeah. So we've jumped from getting on Telemark gear when you're 6 years old to World Cup racing. That's a pretty fast progression.
Yeah, no, there was a lot in between. I did both until I was about 12, Alpine and Telemark.
Right.
And when I was about 12, probably about when I started getting introduced to racing by Corey.
Okay.
Really, he brought my brother in first.
Okay.
And I followed in his footsteps, as I did, as with a lot of things when I was younger, The older brother was so cool.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Now, how much older is your brother than you?
4 years.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, I guess he could be cool.
Three at the end of the year, but 4 in school, so it always felt more like 4.
Right. Okay. So, so you probably raced for Cannon Mountain racing teams?
No, I never did any Alpine racing.
Oh, you never did any Alpine? Wow.
I just went right in on Telemark. Yeah, my parents, they didn't disallow it, but they didn't push me into the racing scene.
Right.
And I didn't really have an interest when I was younger. I was happy in the trees.
Okay. And your brother, did he race at all?
Nope, just Telemark as well.
Really?
Yep, up until college.
Oh, very cool. So what interested you or grabbed your attention about racing?
At first it was just, the whole family was going, so I joined, and the first one we did, I believe, was the Kennerson Festival.
Yes. I finally made it. I finally made it to one 2 years ago.
Oh, yeah, how was it?
Yeah, it was awesome. It was lots of fun.
Yeah, it's such a good time.
It is. Yeah, and that for the listeners, you got to go there. There's a huge story behind Corey Anderson. I was kind of hoping to get there when he was alive, but my kids were little, so I didn't get to travel a whole lot.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Bromley Mountain, beautiful place.
Yes.
Great crew.
And the valley is incredible. You can see Magic Mountain and Stratton Mountain from there.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. My parents were heavily involved with New England Telemark.
Okay.
When that was still a thing.
Oh, no way.
Yep. My mom would run registration, and my dad helped with the boot fitting.
Okay. I've been to some of their events.
Yeah, so you probably did meet them then at that point. And me too. I would have been there.
I was new into telemark skiing. I remember going to my first event at J Peak, and I was like, I've only done this 6 times. I don't know where I should go. And they said, well, can you ski? And I was like, yeah. And they said, okay, we'll go in the intermediate one. So I had a great time, and I missed those events. And I think offhand, I can't remember who I was talking to on Telemark Skiing Forum, but from the picture, it looked like Biff, who used to run it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So no, that's really cool.
Yeah. So that was the introduction. My mom learned, if we want to go way back, my mom learned while she was a ski instructor in Sun Valley.
Wow.
And wanted something else to do on her days free, because of course she wanted to ski, but she alpine skied for work, so
yes,
shake things up. Her friend taught her, and
that's really
she's
cool.
Been on it.
Now, I'm 62. I'm going to hypothesize your parents are younger than I am.
Only by a few years, yeah.
Oh, really? Okay, all right. Yeah. So your mom was ahead of the curve there. She's a trendsetter.
I think it was big in Sun Valley pretty early. They have this race called the Hawaiian Open.
That's
don't
right.
Quote me on it, but I believe it still goes on.
Yes, I think there's a festival related to that also.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's very cool. So continue on. So let's go with that little story, because I always like the little side stories. So did she introduce your dad to telemark skiing, or was he already?
Yes, she did.
Wow.
She taught him, and they taught us, and
that is really cool. Got a cool mom.
It's a family affair.
Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, I'm kind of hoping my grandchildren take it up. I've got gear for them for when they're only 3 and 4.
Hey, start them young.
That's right. We were skiing this morning, and then all I heard was, I'm tired. My legs are sore. I'm tired. Because where they live, it's flat as anything.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Yeah.
So where is that? They're out in...
They live south of Detroit in southwestern Ontario. Southwestern Ontario
Okay.
is, I think, there's a ski hill in a city called London that's built on a garbage dump. And to get the hill part, they have crushed cars underneath the soil.
Wow.
So they sculpted the.
Yeah.
From a friend of mine has told me, that's how they sculpted the terrain with crushed cars.
Yeah, I can't imagine that has much pitch to it.
No, and it's 2 hours from where my daughter lives. So where we live, we're 20 minutes away from a little hill here, and we were just kind of skiing. And by lunchtime, I was saying this body is not built for doing a power wedge for 3 hours.
Yeah.
So your mom taught your dad, your parents taught you guys, and so give us a little bit of history of your telemarking experience or your Telemark Tale. Mostly ski in the woods.
Yeah, always loved the woods. Yeah, I was just all over the mountain, really, I guess. Cannon was the home mountain. I'd skied everything, so it was fun to kind of ski it on new equipment. Felt
Right.
like rediscovering the mountain in a way.
Oh, that's very cool.
There would be days where I just tried to ski every trail that was open. I still do that just for fun.
Right.
So I ski anything. I just love skiing. I don't know how else to put it.
Well, that's good, because you know what? Some of us really love skiing too. And I try to tell young people this, because this comes from an old basketball player and a carpenter. Take care of your knees.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, take care of your knees. Yep. Yeah. So, anyways, so telemark racing.
Yeah.
How'd you get into that? Well, you said your
Yeah, like I
parents at
said,
Bromley, right?
Yeah. So Corey introduced us to the idea of it. My first season was nothing spectacular.
Right.
Of course. I was like my first year on the junior development team. I think I was still getting penalties like every gate.
Right.
But my first race that season, I said by the end of the season, I want to ski clean.
Right.
And so head down, and I just about did it. I'm not sure I made the jump line, but
Right. Well, you know what? 80% of the athletes are not supposed to make the jump line.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So if you make it, that's a bonus. I remember Angeline Tan Bouquet when we were at Suicide 6, which is what, Saskadina 6 now? She made
is it, yeah.
she cleared the guys line.
Yeah.
I was like, holy cow. Yeah.
I don't know if you've spoken to any of the athletes that were just at nationals this past.
No, I
last
have
weekend.
not. I have
Yeah.
not.
So Lali was there from France.
Yeah, I heard that she might be going over. Who was it that told me that? I was talking to somebody. I can't recall who it was, but yeah, somebody had said that she may be heading over.
Yeah.
I know. It was Adrian Ball.
Yeah, I thought it might have been.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So she was in town, I think, for a big mountain or free ride tour, but the event was canceled.
Okay.
And so she got to make it for all 3 days the whole time.
Oh, right.
great.
On. That's cool.
Yeah.
So you're just home from nationals?
Yeah, just got back on Sunday night.
Oh, and how did you do?
Well,
Did you meet your own personal expectations?
not really. 2 DNFs was kind of rough. But
Oh, geez.
I'll tell you the story.
Yeah. There's always
The
a story.
first day we were supposed to have, it was going to be, the normal setup. We have a sprint the first day, then the classic, end with the parallel. But the wind was so bad, we thought we might lose power, and we shifted we flip-flopped the races around. So we did the sprint on the first, the parallel sprint on the first day.
Oh, that's rough.
And Jeffrey Gay from, old timer.
Yeah.
Not old timer, but
He's
oh, he's gonna hate me
old-timer.
for that one.
Nah, he's old-timer.
He's had a lot more experience in the gates than me. I'll say
Yes,
that.
certainly.
Um,
Yeah, because he used to compete against Corey, who's retired.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so
that's what I mean.
He's OG. He's OG.
Yeah, so he was there, and on the parallel sprint, it was him and I in the finals.
Oh, wow.
And I was, he's always been a much faster skier than me, but I haven't seen him in 4 years. And it was a much closer race than I was expecting, and that got me really excited. So then we had the classic the next day, and I was like, you know what, I might have a chance. I'm going to go for it, like putting it all out there.
Yeah.
And I flew off the jump. our coach Keith, the other Keith,
Yep.
he said I must have taken inspiration from Eddie the Eagle.
Oh, right on.
Because I was not just over the line, my tails were over the line.
Wow.
In the air, there's a clip of me, and you'll hear me screaming, "No, no!" As soon as I take off, I realize I overlaunched so much.
Right.
But yeah, it was just the speed that I had from the gates because it was going well, and couldn't hold it together after that.
Oh, 'cause I was going to ask if you landed in the gate or before the gate.
It was, unfortunately, it would have been awesome to have really done it and gotten past, but it was before the gate.
Okay.
But,
Yeah.
crash, tumble, ski came off.
Yeah. I remember.
The whole 9 yards.
I think we were at Crotched Mountain and Scott Miller was there, or Norm. I don't know what everybody calls him. And I was bugging him, and as he's coming down for the jump, because I'm always the jump judge, I yell, "Jump, Jerry!" And he jumped really well, but he landed.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you get all that adrenaline going, right?
Exactly. Ski racing, it's a fickle sport, you just one angled off, a little too fast, wrong line.
And like in our type of racing, that, I don't know, you guys call it the wrap, the replichet, whatever.
Yeah, the wrap.
Yeah, like that is the most interesting part, especially when you have two athletes going through there, or even just one athlete, right? Because you see people misjudge speed and they're up and over and into the netting and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Well, that's good that you were out there competing. I was wondering, because I had actually thought that maybe you might be at university out west in Colorado or something like that.
I stayed on the East Coast so that I could get to the, all the local hills, hills I know.
Yeah.
It's a much higher density of the hills, if you will.
You know what? It's true. New York State has 50 resorts.
Yeah, I did a little prep for the interview. I listened to your cast with Farley, and you were talking about this same thing.
Yeah, there's far fewer resorts out west.
Yeah.
I'm glad you did homework. That's awesome, man. That was like
That's what I was in for.
That was like Julia Larson when I asked her. I had just published hers last week, and she said she had heard of me, and then they started listening to the podcasts, so I was like, okay, that's cool. People are listening, doing their homework before they come and talk on the show. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I have been to Utah to ski, but you know what? I prefer the East. There's so much more variety.
I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to match the pitch that they have out there.
Yes.
They got the steepness.
Yes, they certainly do. Yeah, and length of runs also.
Yep, absolutely.
But you know what?
Openness. Might be the biggest difference. Everything is so much more open. Even the trees are open.
Yes. Yeah, those are trees. We ski the woods.
Yes.
Yeah, we're bushwhacking half the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool. So let's get back to racing. So when you're young and racing, and at the end of your first year, you're talking about skiing cleanly, and you almost achieved that. And what year was that? How old were you when you were on your first year of the development team?
Probably around 14, maybe.
Okay.
14 or 15.
You were probably one of those tall, gangly kids that I saw slipping the course. Because I remember there was a few of them.
Yeah, were you at Crotched in 2020, right before COVID?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah, so I would have been there.
Okay.
I'd actually brought a friend who was a telemark skier. He was in a black and purple cow print speed suit.
Okay. Yeah, I don't recall that, but...
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's some college somewhere, or a high school maybe.
Okay.
As their speed suit, and he got it as a hand-me-down.
But you know what I'm thinking? I may not have been there in just before 2020, because I was actually skiing around with my wife. So, so you're talking about 2019?
No, it was the day everything shut down. It was February 2020.
Yeah, no, it wasn't me. I wasn't there. Yeah, because I was. Where the hang was I? I was in Western New York skiing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
What place?
Yeah. Hollymont. I don't know if you've ever been there. It's a private resort that's open to the public through the week, and you can go and ski there as long as somebody signs you in on the weekend.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So I have a few friends who are instructors, so they always comp me some tickets when I go there, which is kind of nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's a good deal.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. So, you're 14 years old.
Yep.
So let's continue on with your racing biography.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I just competed on the Eastern Circuit.
Yeah.
Made it out to, I think, one West Coast Nationals when I was that young, but mostly just went to the East Coast Nationals when they came over.
Right. And you go to other events, right? Because that's a requirement of being on the team.
If there was ever a race on the East Coast, I would be there.
Yeah, I think if I can recall it, the requirements, like if it's within 100 miles or something like that, you're required to
it sounds
show up.
right.
But
mile radius.
Everybody's going to show up anyways to wherever they are.
Yeah. That's true. So we had a big team, and then, COVID hit, definitely slowed the momentum of the team.
Right.
And there were fewer events, and that's when I kind of set my eyes on World Cup, because I'd gotten the bug. I fell in love with the race, and
right.
I realized if I wanted to keep doing this, I was going to, you have to really make something out of it. So I started training with some local teams.
Okay.
There's a ski coach actually the head of the race program at Bretton Woods.
Oh, yeah.
Lives in my town.
Oh, cool.
And, of course, small town, everybody knows everyone.
Yep.
And he's like, yeah, absolutely. Just I'll text you when we have a GS, and you can come drive on down, get you like a $10 ticket, and help you train.
Oh, right on. Gotta love that.
Yeah. So if there was ever GS, I could just run the course with them. And so that was some of the training I did.
When I raced up here in Ontario as an adult, and it was difficult to find training. So at the little hill where we took our grandchildren skiing, I think they had Thursday night training. There are a bunch of really competitive adults, and I'd show up in my Telemark gear, and they're like, "You can run gates in those?" I was like, "Yeah." I said,
"Yeah.
Wherever you go, I can go." And then one day they showed up and they had a slalom course. I did it. It's hard. It's hard to do the flush. Switch that fast. Yeah.
There was that one World Cup guy. I think he was French, maybe. He foreran.
Oh, really?
Slalom, I believe.
Oh, wow.
He? On Telemark gear.
I don't know. I have no idea.
God, I wish I could remember the name or the whole story there, but
I'd have to check that. And I don't know what did we. I think when we would have races, we'd put anybody through. Like, anybody who wanted to forerun. Like, we had guys who were alpine snowboarders. They would forerun for us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, got to make sure the equipment is going. And you know what? They had a blast going through the course. They're like, I want to do that again. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So 2020 slowed things down. That's when you really wanted to get into racing, your training. The coach at Bretton Woods getting you in doing some training in GS.
Yeah. And so by my freshman year of college, that spring break actually just happened to coincide with the Junior Worlds over in Slovenia.
Right.
Right? Kravic?
I don't know.
Next to Ljubljana. My geography is not a strong point, I know. But
yeah, I don't. I know a fair amount about Europe, but when it comes to the eastern part, I'm not so up to my geography either.
Yeah, so I went over there my freshman year, and there were two other American team members who were living in France.
Okay.
They just happen to have dual citizenship, and Seb, as you know, likes to find those people and get them on skis.
Right, yep.
Get them in the gates.
Yep.
So that was Alice and Zaza, who were my teammates there.
Okay.
And we competed. It was a lot of fog. One of the races was canceled.
Right.
I think that was the classic that they had to cancel. But we got into the team parallel event, which was super fun.
Yep.
And that's where we got third overall.
Yes.
And that was pretty amazing. So we actually all got to leave home with a bronze fist.
Oh man, that is so nice.
Medal.
I'm going to toot my own horn here, because when I was the president of Telemark Ski Canada, I would suggest things and I'd get shot down. But then years later, here we are. We have, the team parallel, or, the world team. Yeah, it's...
Yeah.
Because you know what? You're over there. What's the difference? We used to have a run in Ontario here. So, you show up to a race, you do course inspection, you hit the jump, you got 2 races, and then that's the end of the day. So we were like, well, you know what? We're going to add more races. We had a team event also. And you had to have a woman on the team.
Yeah.
But some teams weren't able to find a woman. So what I did after our first couple of races, my friends that I raced with, they're like, how do you do this voodoo math? Anyway, so I figured out a time penalty for a team that only had men. And it always worked out. Because what I had done was, if I can remember correctly, I took all of the women who raced in the events, averaged their time, compared them to specific men I just kind of picked, and I worked out like a handicap for the guys. And it worked out. And so, you know what? We ended up being able to race the whole day.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Super fun.
Yeah, so that was your first World Cup at the juniors.
Yep, my first taste of skiing in Europe, actually, at all.
And what was your impression about skiing in Europe?
The snow that year, actually, the snow was really bad, so I was not super impressed. I hate to say it for all my European competitors, but it was not a great year. Right. But it was super fun. It's like out west, but even more open and steep.
Right.
And just more new terrain to get my feet over.
I'm going to think that we're pretty lucky on the East Coast, because, like, the resorts are the pros in making snow. I don't know what it is, if they make a whole lot of snow in Europe. Mm-hmm. Do they, or do they rely...
I don't think so. I think that most of the mountains are high enough. They just rely on the natural.
Okay.
I think for, like, the specific runs, I think they do have it set up, but...
Right.
I believe it is primarily set up for natural snow.
Okay. All right. Yeah, because I've never been over there skiing, so...
Yeah, so I actually had spent a few days before the event training with Corey in Austria.
Yeah.
Just outside of that city there.
Where he lives, you mean, or?
No, the big one with, where that guy was from. And
where the guy was from?
Yeah, the guy with the eyes and the hair.
I don't know who the
wrote
guy
music. I don't know. Sorry.
Oh,
again,
Mozart.
Geography.
You're talking Mozart. Is that
Salzburg.
Yeah, I was
Salzburg.
just going to say because that's where Corey lives, is in Salzburg.
Yeah, I believe just outside,
yes.
not in the city proper.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So we were at some resorts around there.
Okay.
And got a couple days on snow just to get the feel for it and get some last minute training in runs with.
Right. Now that you brought up Corey, we could talk about the Corey part.
Yeah.
Him being your neighbor and all that sort of stuff. So, yeah.
Yeah, he was my sister's classmate.
Okay.
And good friend. Our dads are on the fire department together.
Okay.
So pretty close.
So
as far as
so the listeners know. Sorry for interrupting. How big is Sugar Hill?
I believe we're about 600 total.
Okay, it's bigger than I thought.
Well, I'm not sure. I think I don't know if that's including the second homeowners, maybe.
Okay. All right.
It might be more like 500 permanent residences.
Right. Yeah, because I think when I was talking to Julia, she told me she lives outside of Calgary, and she lives in a town that's got 100 people.
Yeah.
Sorry, Julia, if you're listening to this. We're not making fun of you, but, because I was trying to explain to my wife what it's like, and I said, the little hamlet of Massawhippy where my cottage is? And she's like, oh, yeah. I said, it's that big. She's like, oh, okay. Yeah, because people, they don't understand how big a 100-person hamlet is. And that takes in outskirts also. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like those stories that you hear of people. He's like, yeah, we got a stoplight in our town.
Exactly. We don't have actually. It's a town ordinance. There are no lines painted on the roads,
What?
and I don't believe we do have a stoplight.
No way.
Yeah.
That's probably where all the Quebec drivers get their training from.
Yeah.
As we always say, they're terrible. Anyway, so
So Corey, yeah, he was. He knew that we were the kids and were on Telemark gear, and just floated the idea out there to my parents, like, oh, just come down, like, to this Corey Anderson festival. I believe was the first one.
Right.
Like I said, and it's a bunch of old timers from New England Telemark as well. So my dad always has a great time catching up with them.
Right.
You know, people he just sees only once a year, and at that point probably hadn't seen for a few years.
Right. That's very cool. And so your second World Junior Championship, because you've done two, right?
No.
Oh, you haven't?
Never.
Oh, you only
I
did
just made
one?
that one.
Oh.
And then went back to Europe for my first time since this past December.
Okay. And where was that? And what was the experience like compared to your junior experience?
That was at Pinzolo in Italy.
Right.
And it was fun because I came over with a teammate from the stateside.
Right.
And that was great because he's been racing with us for a while.
And who's that?
It's Theo Chan.
Okay.
I believe he's either, I think he might still be there, or is he on his way back?
Right.
One of the two.
Okay.
For his junior worlds.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so how'd you do in Pinzolo?
Top 20.
Oh, right on.
Out of about 22, but
You know what? We don't care because you know what? I
Exactly.
went to watch a cyclocross race, and they had a citizens event, and so the people there who knew me, they're like, "Go get your bike." And I was like, "I don't have a cyclocross bike." Doesn't matter. Go get your mountain bike. So I came third at the Ontario Championships.
hey, well done.
Yeah, out of 5.
Still beat 2.
There you go. Right. So did you, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, that's my first time back since injury, and I was just really happy to have the opportunity to ski race and
Yes.
finish both runs. All my runs finished.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I saw some of the photos of your recovery, and I showed my wife, and my wife had scoliosis as a young child, and when she was 13, she had her spine fused from somewhere above the middle of her thoracic vertebrae all the way down to her lumbar vertebrae.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so she had to
So
wear...
quite a few.
Yes, and she had to wear that cast, or that, it's not a cast, it's a brace for a year. How long did you... Yeah, so are you comfortable talking about that?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so
yeah.
tell the listeners what happened, because this is pretty inspiring to get back to where you are.
Yeah, it is quite a story.
It is.
I was walking home from, hanging out actually at what we call the ski house. It used to be it's this house.
Right.
Always lived in by kids on the ski team here at Northeastern. And
Right.
I was walking back to the library to my home and was likely struck by a car.
Oh, my goodness.
Still don't know the details of what happened, but based on the injuries and everything where I was, probably hit by a car.
Wow.
Fractured my bottom thoracic vertebrae, or was it my top lumbar.
Oh, okay.
The highest lumbar, the L1, I think.
Right.
So T12 to L2 were fused, I think.
Oh, wow.
But also severe brain damage and a shattered collarbone.
Yeah, so if people want to check out Jed's Instagram story. You'll see the exoskeleton hardware that you had to wear.
Yeah, I was in that. We called it my turtle shell.
Oh,
because we weren't. I believe the technical term is like a T-loss or something.
Okay.
TLOS.
Yeah.
But we just call it a turtle shell.
Right.
So I was in that for probably maybe 2 months total, including the hospital.
Oh, okay. That's not too
maybe
bad.
Less.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't remember, but the helmet, I wore that thing for quite a while,
Right.
waiting for the, the piece of my. They actually had to remove about a third of my skull
Wow.
to decompress the brain
Right.
from the fluid that was building up.
Yes.
So about the third on the right side of my head is plastic.
Wow.
It's this like high tensile strength PEEK
Right.
3D printed plastic.
Wow. That's incredible. Yeah, you know what? We had a student. He had a congenital issue, and he had to wear kind of like a funky hockey helmet most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't do much phys ed. I remember my first year, or my only year at teachers college, and my history prof, his daughter was riding to school and got doored, and she didn't have a helmet on, and landed right on her head, and they had to do the same thing that they had to do to you because the brain was swelling so much.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So how long did it take for the brain to stop swelling and reduce enough to put your plate in, for lack of better?
Yeah. Well, I believe it had stopped the swelling not too long.
Okay.
After like maybe a month or so.
Right.
But it just took a couple months to, again, like get the piece in, get it made, shipped, and all that.
Wow.
So yeah, they scanned the left side of my head, which was still intact, and then they just basically mirrored it and printed that out.
Wow. That's
Made it fit the hole that they'd cut and everything. And
that is nuts, man, what science can do.
it is, yeah.
Yeah. And you're back racing, so they said just go and do what you normally do.
Yeah, well, that's another thing. The doctors had really never dealt with a case like mine where my goal was to get back into, like, I guess, what's on the border of extreme sport.
Yeah. High performance.
Yeah, high performance sport. And so they didn't really have a lot of guidelines for this recovery. They were like, well, we can tell you what not to do, but I don't know how much this takes or like what your movements are.
Right.
So you're going to have to be the judge of that, kind of.
Right.
But it was no skiing for a year.
Right.
That was a hard line.
Oh, yes.
Or at least for that season. And that's the first season I'd never skied.
Wow.
And that was really hard.
Oh, I bet. So what was your first day like out on skis when you returned?
Slow, timid, just, not timid, but cautious, I would say.
Checking the waters.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy.
Right.
I always ski with a back brace now.
Oh, do you? Yeah.
I had one, I believe, I had one when I was at Junior Worlds, I think. Maybe not even. But now, even when I'm going out for 3 runs, I always throw it on.
Yeah. I know when I used to race, my opponents, friends would make fun of me because I'd have a mouth guard and I'd have my back brace on. And they said, why you wear a back brace? I said, because when I crash hard. And the one race that they were poking fun at me, after I went through and missed the gate, and they go, we have a hold on the course. A rather large skier has ripped the gate right out of the hill. I tend to do that. Yeah. So.
Yeah, it's important. It's, just as important as a helmet. It's, protected piece of gear. You always got to wear it.
And you know what? Like, I'm a big guy. I'm 6'6", 280. And
Wow.
I would, the only place I could practice some jumping was in the park. So I ordered myself a set of shorts that had built-in pads because, people watch snowboarders and they don't, or extreme skiers, they don't realize the equipment they wear underneath their pants.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just makes it a little more of a gentle landing when you wipe out.
Yeah, every bit helps.
Yes. Well, no, that's awesome. And so you're back racing full-time now. And when did you get back into skiing?
After. So I was injured November 10th, 2023, and I was back out opening day 2024.
Okay.
So that's around, late November, just over a year.
Yeah. And then back racing?
Back racing, I don't think we had any events on the East Coast that year. There may have been a Nationals East Coast.
Right.
But I didn't make it to that.
Right.
Unfortunately.
Right. So basically 2025.
Yeah, 2025 came back.
And how are you doing since you've been back?
Yeah, I've been doing well. Like, I think my performance at Nationals was a great benchmark for me.
That's good.
As far as, like, the domestic competition is concerned. And,
Yes.
You can't expect your first race back at the World Cup to be a podium.
Right.
So that's why I was just really happy to finish, get down safe, get down clean.
Right.
No crash, no injury.
That's a big thing.
Yeah. So again, not timid but cautious, but still skiing hard, skiing fast, and
Well, that's awesome.
I'm just super excited for to do it again next year.
Yeah.
Keep training in the off season and hopefully come back even better.
Cool. So your favorite moments telemark skiing?
Oh, we got a foot of snow, 30 centimeters, if you will.
Yes.
When we were training in Les Houches with Seb.
Yes.
That was actually December 23.
Yeah.
So I guess I did go back and train with Seb just a year after the accident.
Okay, that's good.
No races again that year, but no races that year, but I went over for training, and that was just, we were lapping the same chair,
Yes.
always finding new stashes, and I had this great little sneak through the woods, come out on this big, what looked like maybe the hill kind of let go, kind of landslide type thing.
Right.
And so just this open, pretty steep shot coming out of the trees, super fun. And just absolute hot tub day.
I've never heard that. That's awesome.
Well, because if you bum the landing, you're just sitting in a hot tub in the powder.
Okay, all right. So I remember several years ago, long time ago, skiing at Jay Peak one Easter, and we got a foot of snow every day for 4 days. And you've probably skied Jay?
Oh, yeah.
So over on Haynes, on Stateside, that's where I was skiing, and every day these big, huge moguls the size of Volkswagen Beetles that were they were so soft that if you fell into it, it's just like a hot tub day.
Yeah.
So I'd never heard that. That's awesome.
Yeah. That's definitely up there. And that was just my mom and I over there for that trip.
Nice.
So that was just a fun opportunity we got to spend the whole day just lapping powder together.
Yeah. That's really nice when you can, because the time just before COVID hit and we were skiing Hollymont and we had knee-deep powder, and at 2:00 in the afternoon we were still finding fresh stashes.
Yeah.
It's nice. Yeah, it is. It is. So how do you train in the off season? Because you usually just probably bashing gates and skiing a lot during the year. Yeah. And you compete. You compete for Northeastern.
I do. Yeah, I do a little. I call it cross training, and it is. It's good time in gates, reading lines and things like that. But
right.
I did my first year on the team try to go through the GS on Telemark gear. They were not a fan of that.
You know what?
I went down. I dropped my knee. And the whole start area, they could still see me. They went crazy. they loved it. And I saw people after the races. They're like, "That was awesome, man!" But I got up for my second run, and the guys have started running, and the president of the league comes up, and she gives me the come here look with the finger and everything, like beckoned me over. And she's super nice, but she said it's like, an insurance thing. They don't cover the bindings.
Are you kidding me?
Which is like...
Man, your country is so litigious.
It is.
And I don't get it, because I bet more than half your chairs don't have safety bars.
I think they have to have them, but we don't use them.
Okay. See, up here in Canada, you use them or you're tossed.
Yeah. It's a law in Vermont, but it's still kind of like you put them down with a lifty see-you, and then people will bring them back up.
Okay.
I'm a fan of it. It's like a seatbelt in a car.
Yeah.
I live in New Hampshire. We don't have to wear the seatbelt, but I will.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's safe. It's just like the back protector. Use what you have.
I remember in 2007 coming across Montana, and it was when Sturgis had just finished.
Oh,
and that's a big motorcycle rally in South Dakota, I think. And
yeah.
motorcycle after motorcycle, no helmets, and then we stopped at a rest stop, and there were two motorcyclists with helmets. So I asked them, I'm standing at the urinal beside them, and I was like, can I ask you guys a question? And they're like, sure. How come you have helmets on? We're paramedics. But you know what? I understand. A friend of mine, actually, I think it might have been Scott Miller who told me, because I asked the question one day, and it is a lot cheaper to bury a person who didn't have a motorcycle helmet on than it is to keep somebody alive in a vegetative state. And I was like, okay, yeah, it's dark, yeah, but it's an economy, I guess.
You sure? Yeah.
Yeah, I know. That's like on ski hills, right? We see these mostly old guys.
Oh yeah.
Without helmets
Just
on.
The knit hats with the tassels coming down at the ears.
Yeah, there's a dude at Owl's Head where we ski. On the coldest day, he will always wear a ball cap. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, that's numbskull.
Yeah.
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 Oh, cool. Well,
it's crazy what people do.
Yeah. So you know what? That was unfortunate that the president of the racing beckoned you over, but I understand, because you know what? Like when I took my coaching course up here, we were supposed to have slalom skis. Probably they had to be alpine bindings. I don't own anything like that. And when we were all gathered together for the pre-course safety meeting, the course conductor, who was a young woman, she looked at my skis and all she said was, "Those aren't slalom skis." And I said, "I don't own any. Can I explain why I'm here?" So I explained why, and she goes, "I can work with that."
Yeah.
So the only time I did the whole course in alpine style, and I had to do some sort of a, I don't know, are you familiar with the term bracage? They're very short. No. Yeah, they're very short, quickly linked turns, and you descend in a corridor that's probably not any wider than your skis, and it's kind of a warm-up for skiing moguls.
Okay.
And this one I had to kind of do it and plant both my poles on the downhill side. And as soon as I did that, I dropped into Telemark, and I was like, "Oh, sorry, hang on. You guys can't do that. Let me start over." I didn't do it on purpose, but
yeah.
Like I always like to say,
a couple moments like those racing alpine where, if I'm in a GS course, I'll go around the first gate, try to drop a knee.
Right.
Doesn't go. I freak out for a second, I remember. And there was this other time, my first year in a slalom course.
Right.
I went to dive across the line, and in Telemark, we usually bend down, put the knee down, get as far forward as we can. Tried to do that and just walked straight out of my slalom boot or slalom binding. So I crossed, and then the boot or the ski crossed.
Oh, geez. Fun times.
Yeah.
So how's your school year going, and what are you studying?
Oh, yeah. I study physics and music. It's a combined major, not a double. So it's focus, like a concentration in music technology.
That is really cool.
Yeah.
And so where can that lead you to?
I'm looking hopefully at either the creative acoustic space or something more, I guess, industrial with the acoustics, but certainly somewhere in the acoustics industry.
That is cool. What got you interested in like music? Obviously, you're a musician.
Yes, yeah, that's the answer.
Right. Oh, what do you
I'll
play?
have to credit my parents, my dad probably, with just putting me onto good music early.
Yes.
And so I played the saxophone all through high school. Well, since 4th grade actually, and then continued it.
Right. Any other instruments?
I did. I played piano when I was younger. That's where I started. Was piano lessons, of course.
Right.
I picked up guitar for a while, but post-injury I actually forgot how to read music. I forgot all the songs I had learned.
Wow.
That was like the one thing that I truly lost to my injury. Because on the right side of your brain there, right where the concentration of damage was a little bit in the frontal lobe, but just behind it as well. Apparently the area of the brain that does like creativity and language. And if you think of the intersection, sheet music is like right there for me.
Yes.
The creative language. So I forgot how to like, I had to relearn notation. It came back quicker than like learning it from scratch the first time.
Right.
So there were definitely still pathways to connect or reconnect, but
it's the human brain and the human body is just incredible anyway. Like
like my collarbone that was shattered, they said, you know what, we're just going to keep him still and not touch it, and it knit itself back together.
Wow.
And I was just shocked that you can just do that it just works.
Right. Yeah, because you know what, I spent time interviewing a friend of mine up in Northern Ontario 2 weekends ago, and it looked like he was nursing a sore shoulder, but he has a fully dislocated shoulder. It's not a partial. Anyways, they said it's better if we just leave it the way it is. It'd be more damage. Yeah, I'll have to check into that because separated shoulder. Sorry, separated.
Okay.
Yeah. So because he looked like he had an elbow injury that he was nursing. He goes, no, it's a separated shoulder, fully separated shoulder. That they said, we're just gonna leave it, and the body will work its way around it.
Yeah.
It's like in my background with the human heart, that if you have blockages in the heart will, over time, if the blockage isn't severe, will find alternative pathways and create alternative pathways to get that blood to the other side of where the blockage is. It's like, it's nuts. It's, it's just like the brain laying down new neural pathways.
Yeah.
Yeah. It takes a long time. Like, people don't realize, like, there are people who have been in comas for 20 or more years, and the odd one comes out, and like their brain has been damaged so badly, it's taken that amount of time for it to recover.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, like I know from my wife who had a very bad ski crash. Mm-hmm. And even to this day, she gets anxious about a certain maneuver when we're riding our tandem, or if she's not paying attention in the truck. When I turn a certain way and the vehicle pitches, it must give her that sensation of what happened just before she crashed or just before she landed.
Yeah, wow.
But it took her 5 years to kind of get over it, and she's probably missing several months of her life. We know she's missing 3 or 4 weeks for sure, but when she went back to work and her colleagues were like, we took care of that in November, or we took care of that in October. And she's like, okay. Yeah. But the brain is incredible when it can come back and do what it's doing for you.
Yeah. I'm incredibly fortunate. I mean, I give all the props to the staff at BMC and my parents, family, friends that visited, but like BMC, Boston Medical Center, is the hospital I was delivered to.
Right.
And stayed for 40 days in the ICU.
Wow.
And those nurses, I mean, literally saved my life, but also were just such great support.
Right.
Outside of the medical, the emotional, everything.
Right. That's a long haul. So do you know how much time you're missing, if you're missing any time out of your life?
Yeah, so as far as what I forgot.
Yeah.
When I first woke up, it was like the couple weeks leading up to it were fuzzy. And then eventually that first week came back. And then the week right before came back about 2-3 months later.
Okay.
And then the day was a mystery to me.
Right.
Until I saw some photos and I talked to some friends and they started telling me just 1 or 2 details, and then I'd be able to fill in the rest.
Okay. So you're not missing a whole lot then?
No, it's all come back slowly over time, but I'm still definitely absolutely missing the injury itself. And
right.
I remember being just up the street with some other friends.
Right.
And then I don't remember coming to this house.
Right.
I vaguely remember a conversation I had here.
Right. That's a good thing, maybe, that you're not remembering that.
Yeah, and that's, you know, some of the doctors were saying, some of the psychiatrists that came through, they were like, you know, it can be a defense mechanism, and if you don't need it, you don't need it. And I was like, yeah, I'm fine not remembering. That's fine.
Yeah, yeah. And you know what? Maybe the recovery, you know, like when you're younger, you recover faster and sometimes more fully than when you're older. Because I think my wife was in her mid-40s when she experienced her ski crash. Mm-hmm. So it takes a lot longer. I know from my physical injuries, as I continue to get injured, it's like, oh, man. And then they come back to haunt you.
Yeah.
I think one injury has come back to haunt me 19 years after it occurred.
My God, which one? If I may.
No. And this is a really stupid one, because I was at her camp on Lake Superior on a boogie board, and I hit a little rise in the sand, and I wiped out and landed on my right knee.
Oh.
Wet sand is really hard. It's like being on asphalt, and it drove my femur into my hip.
Oh.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, man, that hurt. So I was a little tender for a little while afterwards, and then it was fine. And I don't know if I had a fall this winter on a piece of ice skiing on a steep run, and I tried to set my edges, and I didn't set my edges, and I laid down on my right side where that hip injury had occurred, and I don't know if that tweaked it, but it feels like a specific muscle called the piriformis in my glute complex, along with my hamstring, are in constant cramp, or, you know, like contraction, and it's really painful. So when I drive for a long period of time, I kind of fall out of my truck, and I stand there and kind of let the pain subside and let all the muscles release, and then I'm okay to walk away. So
that sounds terrible. I'm sorry.
It's okay. But you know what? It doesn't bother me when I ski.
Oh, great. So just keep skiing.
Yeah, and with my knees, my friend Wolfgang, he watches me walk in my ski boot, and he goes, man, you got a bad limp when you got your ski boots on. He says, but you're skiing? There's nothing wrong with your skiing. I said, that's all I care about.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I had recently seen a video of this woman not too far from where we live. She's 95 years old, and she skis every day she can, and she's had double knee replacements, which is what I should probably have. And like, she carves. She's like, she's not a very, she's a really good skier. And when I showed the videos to friends, they're like, she's 95? She skis like that? Yeah. So I need to get there. That's going to be like 33 years for me. So
don't rush it. Don't rush it.
No.
You'll get there.
Yeah, exactly. So anyways, I want to thank you for taking the time to talk with us and share your stories with us. They're pretty cool and inspiring to getting back to where you are after your injury. Yeah,
of course. Thank you for having me on. It was
and
great conversation.
If you want people to check out who you are, where can they find you?
Oh, public Instagram, Jed_Telemark.
Yep.
It's JED. Jed.
Like Uncle Jed from the Hillbillies? Beverly Hillbillies?
People always say that. My go-to is Tennessee Jed, because that's really where it comes from.
Oh, I don't know. Who is Tennessee Jed? Bluegrass musician?
It's a song by the Grateful Dead.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So my dad was a huge Deadhead. Used to follow them on tour on the East Coast.
No way. Oh, that's cool.
Thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, very cool. All right. So that's the only place, really?
Jed_Telemark. That's where I post my skiing stuff.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, again, thanks a lot for doing this and taking a little bit of time out of your evening.
Yeah.
And of course. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks.
Well, there you have it, folks. Another episode of the Skippy Report. And a big thank you to Jed Kennerson for sharing his story with us about how he got into telemark skiing when he was a little tiny kid And when he got into skiing, when he was wee in Sugar Hill, New Hampshire. And if you're ever looking for some good pancakes, I hear they have a good pancake house there. Anyways, thanks to Jed for sharing all the backstories, and especially that inspiring one about all the injuries that he had and how he's made his way back into racing into the World Cup. Anyways, if you're looking for him, Jed, JED _Telemark on Instagram. He posts all his stuff there. So again, thanks for listening to the Skipper Report, and check back later. Peace out.